Okay. Let's get that going. How are you? We're doing a little emergency podcast here, and I guess I take care of some things here. Hold on. Yeah, the Broncos just signed Greenlaw, and that is a big deal. So I'm just figuring out some technical things. We're inviting everybody here to join us to give their feedback on it. I'm just finding out about it myself, so kind of news to me. But we welcome your reaction. We'll just start off with that. Where is everybody? It's Dre freaking Greenlaw. We literally just got the news just seconds ago. All right. I got to resend something. Okay. Oh, somebody's on. Hold on. As I do this live, you can see the last minute thing. Tyler, there you go. That looks like a chilled out place right there. That's
Hey, just got my workout done. I'm chilling on the porch. Got the news about Dre Greenlaw. I was told that we're doing an emergency broadcast, and I'm your man for emergency broadcasts.
Well, this was your guy when
Yeah.
free agency started. This is the guy that you named by name in the very beginning over Nick Bolton, over Zach Bond. So what's your feeling?
Yeah, man, I'm really excited about it. I mean, listen, the day started off relatively unexciting, very procedural in nature, getting some guys done in house, and Drake Greenlaw has really been my number one target from day one. Of realistic guys. I mean, we talked about the wide receivers, guys that really didn't feel like they were going to have a fighting chance for. But in terms of linebackers, from day one, Drake Greenlaw is my guy over Nick Bolton, over Zach Bond. Look, Zach Bond's a one-hit wonder, and he had a great year. But Drake Greenlaw's got he's got dog in him that you can't replicate. Just saw the terms of the deal. And
What are they? Yeah, I'm a little sketchy on it. What do you
well,
got?
the terms of the deal, it's fantastic for the Broncos. It's a 3-year, $35 million deal. So
Wow.
making about 12 per, a little bit less. I didn't see how much was guaranteed, but I did see it was a 3-year, $35 million deal. And Broncos got themselves the best linebacker that was available in free agency. So you got yourself a safety from the 49ers. He's Troy Polamalu Jr. And now you got yourself a linebacker. And guess what that means for the draft? Offense.
Okay. Andy Lindahl, risking his life driving in traffic. Andy, how are you, my friend?
Oh, I wish this deal would have happened 15 minutes earlier while we were on air, but whatever. I literally sat down in my car and I get the notification from Schefter. So I let out a big cuss word. I won't lie to you.
Oh my God, that's too funny. How were you guys talking about it all afternoon? Like, oh, this is the big one. Let's see. Well, stuff like that.
Well, with the linebackers going off the board, guys, right? They had to do something because, look, I'm a big believer, and I know both Peytons talked about it at the draft, and all of us have done shows, I'm sure, discussing it, and I know Tyler and I used to talk about it at the other place. You want to fill needs in free agency so you don't get forced into a pick when you draft. And remember, the last time they drafted at 20, well, they ended up with Noah Fant. But before that, I just remember the Garrett Bowles year, right, where you didn't have an offensive lineman, you didn't have a left tackle, so you had to pretty much take an offensive tackle. They took Garrett Bowles, and even though it's worked out now, it didn't work out right away. But, man, Greenlaw, like Tyler said, if healthy. And that's the new free agency. You and I talked about it in the green room before you left, D-Mac.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in free agents, you're taking a risk on their health. But if healthy, this is probably the baddest middle linebacker they've had in the mix for quite some time, I mean, I can't. DJ Williams, Al Wilson, help me out here. I mean, this guy is a dude. So that's exciting if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, and Eddie, you know what? As far as the I got a Sun deal here, so I'm going Shadur Sanders on me.
Right, I saw.
Yeah. As far as health goes, like, dude, it's freaking football. Like, it's hard. People get hurt. Everybody's freaking banged up. And I know not all injuries are the same. And I'm not discounting the fact that he's got a serious deal. And, you're banking on the fact that he's young enough to overcome it. But I mean, look, you always got to cross your fingers with health. I don't care if you get a healthy dude or not. It's football, and injuries freaking happen all the time. So I don't live in fear as much about injuries as a lot of people do. Today's modern science, I'm going to live to be 175. So, these football players, certainly they can overcome injuries.
Well, but they also, you said it, Tyler, the contract doesn't scare you. They haven't dedicated $50 million to him. He didn't get, you can live with a 3-year, $32, $35 million, whatever it is deal. And even for the safety, Hufanga, that's still a $15 million deal. It's not, neither one is like so egregious that you're going to completely crater if they don't work out. So that's good.
I think you're lucky he was hurt, because that's the only reason why you got him for about 12 per. Otherwise, you look at what some of the top tier inside linebackers are getting. There's dudes getting $20 million. There's dudes getting $15+ million all over the place. And you got one of the most elite dudes that the 49ers did not want to lose, by the way. They did want to retain Dre Greenlaw, but they've got major financial issues out there. So who knows what they were able to offer him. Yeah,
3-year, $35 million deal, Tyler. Holy cow. We were talking about 16, 17, $20 million.
No, you were. What did I tell you today?
Oh,
you were. What did I tell you?
Well, you were right on that. No doubt about it. I mean, golly, man. All right. Hey. Wow. I mean, you got your guy. You got the best guy. By the way, Cody Barton signed with Tennessee, I guess. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Did we see the finances of that by chance?
I'll try to find it.
Yeah, it was like $21 million 3 years. It's like $6-7 million a year. Good for him.
Yeah. So I mean, this is much more than that, but this doesn't break the bank whatsoever, Tyler. Not at all.
Nope. And guess what? You still got money to spend. So
sure do.
I don't know what happened with Evan Ingram today. I don't know if they put him through the physicals and they're like, nope, we don't like it. Or if Evan Ingram said, nope, I don't like the price that you offered me. But I was a little bit surprised, because in today's world, there's really no such thing as taking free agency visits. When I played, we would go in and we'd go check out houses and see the city and see if we liked it there. Nowadays, it's just done. It's done in an hour. It's done in 2 hours. Guys sign without even seeing the city. So something to be said there about Evan Ingram. But like I said on the show today, Evan Ingram really feels like a more day 2 or day 3 type of signing anyways. It's not going to be huge money. So the Broncos still might get him done. But the point is, Broncos still got cash to burn.
Well, and so we had Leggy on the program, and he said Evan, I think, wanted to check out them as much as they wanted to check out him, and that the Broncos weren't necessarily top of the list for Ingram, and that the Broncos did have plenty of competition. But, I don't think Evan played with the Giants and then in Jacksonville. He probably doesn't know much about Denver. So to your point, Tyler, even though it's not the way it's done in modern times, maybe he legit just wanted to get a feel for what he would be getting into here.
Yeah, and also keep in mind, you're a tight end. Look in the Denver Broncos. Like, hey, you guys don't use your tight end. I've seen what you guys have done. Now, maybe in the visit today, Sean Payton sits down with him. He starts flipping on New Orleans film and says, here's what I can do when I got Jimmy Graham. Here's what I did with Taysom Hill. But if you're Evan Ingram looking at last year's Denver Broncos offense, it's probably not overly exciting.
Okay, so score this deal. Give it a grade.
Look, I mean, it always comes down to health, like anything else. But I'm going to cross my fingers, and I'm going to bank on the fact that these dudes are young and they get healthy again. So, I mean, given the finances of it, literal A+.
Andy.
Yeah, you feel your position up the middle. I think you're tougher to play stuff. It's kind of like the Avs, right? You're stronger up the middle defensively. Started. So, look, who's 3 years?
Andy was better, Tyler, when he was in his car.
2 years later, and that may be the case. But for right now, like Tyler said, I don't think it was minimal risk for what could be maximum gain. So let's be psyched. This could be a couple of Zach Allens for all we know.
Hey, Lindahl, your cell phone's as bad as your radio show.
Wow.
Wow. Look who wants to talk. Listen,
God.
listen. The guy that puts people to sleep with his voice constantly wants to pop up to me.
Wow. All right. What's the next? Oh, by the way, Javonte Williams goes to Dallas. I haven't seen Rico Dowdle signed. What do you guys think should be next?
Well, first off, let's not gloss over what Javonte Williams was able to get. I don't know who his agent is. I don't know how the hell he pulled that off, but he gets a 1 year, what was it, $3.5 million deal? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $3.5 million for Javonte Williams. Hey, good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you. I'm happy for you. But Javonte Williams, look, that door was shut for the Broncos. They weren't going to get him, and I don't love the free agent running backs, but you can intrigue me with Rico, and if that means that now the Dallas Cowboys are swapping out running backs, all right, well, there's another name for the Broncos to take a look at.
Pelissero pointed out that Javonte had his best game as a pro against the Cowboys his rookie year, if we remember. Remember that when he was just running all over him, and Quinn Miners is blocking 3 guys down the field, and it was Fangio's last year, and so maybe he made a lasting impression with Dallas that day, and that's what led to this. But we'll see.
Okay. Well, I think that about does it. I think. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to throw in there?
No, I think. Well, are you going to Juwan Johnson after the Evan Ingram thing?
Well,
by the way,
and
you got to have one guy, don't you? You need one tight end, don't you?
I just sent a note to a little birdie. Is Ingram out? The answer is no. So not yet with Ingram, not out yet. So we'll see. I don't know what's taken so long, but it's not finished. So we'll see. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's he going to cost you, Tyler?
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, coming off injury, he's late in the career. Not a lot. I mean, $4 or $5 million maybe.
Wow, that'd be nothing. That would be nothing.
Maybe I'm way off on that, but I got to think a dude that's on the back end of his career, he's not commanded much more than maybe 6 on the high end.
Oh, I'm seeing here one of our
man, Evan was asking way off on that.
He was making like 13 and change. He was the 6th highest paid tight end this past year. We're seeing here he was asking for 14 to 15.
What year? I mean, he's got to be in year 10, right?
Jeez, it's deep, don't you think? It feels like it's deep at least.
Yeah, but I can't remember how long he was with the Giants. He was around forever, but he's hurt. And he's another guy that he's over 30 and he's got a bit of an injury history. I wouldn't overpay for him. I don't know about you guys. I mean, granted, I'd take the pass catching skills, but there's also a bunch of tight ends in the draft. So,
well, I think the Broncos are in incredible financial shape right now. I mean, they're getting the guys that they want. They weren't interested in any of the receivers, not that we know of, not that it was available. And the Godwin thing is kind of fascinating because of how much money he gave up. Okay, what are you going to do about that? Nothing. It looks like the Broncos, Tyler, won a recruiting battle with the 49ers for Greenlaw. How about that?
Yeah, or maybe the 49ers are just literally that cash strapped. I don't know what's going on out there in San Francisco, but it appears for the first time in Kyle Shanahan's career, they're doing a hard reset.
They don't have any cap room. You've hit it, Tyler. I saw a tweet late in the show that said they've wanted to keep all these guys. They just don't have any money to do it, which is why literally you could probably have just about any 49er that you want. How about this? Why not call them and ask them are you guys connected to Kittle now? Are you hardcore on Kittle? Could you get Kittle out of there? Well, dude, if they're trading Debo and they're willing to trade Ayuk, that I read an article last week that just said they're Kyle's like, screw it. It's time to remake it. We had our run. Yep. Brock wants his money now. They got a lot. They're paying Juszczyk. He's the highest paid fullback because he's the best fullback. You still got Trent Williams out there. I'd call and ask him who isn't available. Why?
That Kittle idea is one hell of an idea. That's a great idea.
Why not just float it? All they can do is tell you to hang up the phone or whatever, right? How about this? That also the Rams admitted to Schefter today that Cooper Kupp's going to get released, if not traded. So probably getting released. Do you look at Cooper Kupp when this is all done?
Tyler?
Yeah. I don't think he's going to cost you a whole lot. I think that there's always value for aging slot wide receivers, dudes that can play on the inside. Those guys, they don't need the speed that they once had. They can play with a lot of nuance to their game. So, I'd have a conversation about it. It appears that the Broncos are out on high-priced wide receivers. I'd still ask about Ayuk. I'd be interested in it. But I think what the plan at wide receiver feels like to me, probably re-up Cortland Sutton here relatively soon and add a couple pieces in the draft. I don't think they're looking for aging guys. So although I'd be interested in Puka, I'd be surprised if they were.
All right, guys, great job. Thanks for hopping on. Some instant reaction to the news about Dre Greenlaw signing with the Broncos. Ingram not out of it, but not signed as we're recording this right now. We'll see what happens. And Tyler's out on the porch. Andy's at home. We got the Avs and Nuggets on TV tonight, fellas. So let's get to that.
I'm about to hit up a victory cigar for Dre Greenlaw. That's what I'm going to do.
Hey, what a call, man. You call that. That's one to hang your crooked hat on right there. Now
I just got to hope the Duke can stay healthy.
You need to turn your hat around and just go full Matt Patricia. That's what you need to do.
I would tell you, though.
Yeah, there we go. Now get a pencil.
Doing this business for a long time, you just land on your guy for whatever reason. And sometimes he comes to you and you become a fan of his kind of ridiculously forever. I can tell you that. And Tyler, you got one, man. You got Dre Greenlaw, brother. So way to go, man. That's awesome.
All right, boys.
Awesome. All right, we'll see you later. Andy, good job getting home. Way to go.
Yeah, and leaving right as the news broke. Perfect timing.
That's it. All right, thanks, Andy. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And there you go. Dre Greenlaw, now a member of the Denver Broncos.